So I just saw Milky's Icebound Beam build and it looked pretty cool. So I just want to give it a try. And I thought I'd record how to craft some of the gear in case anybody else is struggling on that. So I actually already I already made the weapon. It's alright. His is like tiers. Well, the one in his video was tier 1% max mana, but I didn't want to waste all my money trying to get it because it's actually really expensive trying to hit this tier 0 and then this tier 1. So I just settled for this for now. But now I want to go on and craft the helmet. So again, the helmet looks a bit like this. And so when crafting a helmet like this, well, first you gotta buy the base, right? So you want the All Magic Crown base. And actually the base implicit usually is important before this season. But in this season, it's actually not that important because you can actually re-roll the implicit rather cheaply. And to do that, let me give you a brief overview. So you just throw in any item into the dream crafting. You click dream talking and interpretation, and then you select any option, right? So you would want to do this, I guess right now. Well, I guess I'll show you right now. So these you want 10%, right? So you select it. Oops. Let's start with this one, I guess. Select it. You choose any of them. Choose anything at all. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Choose anything. So now it changed my item, right? It doesn't matter what you choose. And now you go over here and you revert it. And once you revert it, it actually re-rolls the rolls. So once I re-roll it, this thing will re-roll. So I don't remember what it was before. I should have totally checked, but let's do it one more time. So right now it's 9%. Let's throw it in. So 9%. Choose anything. Okay. Revert it. Oh. Am I crazy? I think it's supposed to re-roll this. I'm pretty sure. Because I did that earlier for my ring. Either it's a coincidence or let's do it another time. Oops, not this. Okay, so 9%. Okay, let's re-roll it. I mean, revert it. What? I swear, it's just a coincidence. Let me let me do that again. I'm pretty sure it's a coincidence. Okay, there you go. See, it actually changed. So before it was 9%, right? Now it's 8%. So I was just really unlucky. I got the 9% like 3 times in a row or something. But that's how you can pretty relatively cheaply re-roll the implicit. So you'll see that it's actually really cheap here. Dream talking is very cheap. So if you go to over here, 0.3, so you can get it for like less than 0.3 FE each. So that's so you want to do that late game. Well, I guess if you wanted to, you could buy a good base at the beginning. But sometimes you just kind of forget about it, right? Or the crafting base is kind of expensive or something with the proper mods. So that's how you can that's how you could re-roll your implicits rather cheaply before you what is it called? Before you do truth embers, right? So once you finish crafting your item, or at the very beginning, you reroll the implicit to the max roll, and then you craft your item. Or after you craft your item, you before you do truth embers to roll perfect rolls, you simply just do that dream crafting thing I showed you earlier, and get the perfect implicit before you start divining your item for perfect rolls. So let me make it perfect. I think I'm running out of dream talking whatever, so I should probably get more. So it was 8%, right? So hopefully it's 10% now. It's only 8, 9, 10, only 3 options, so 1 and 3. Fuck. Alright, I need to buy some more. Okay, maybe point. Oh, there you go. Oh shit, that's a lot. Alright, fuck it. Okay, let's make it perfect. So I'm not sure if that's intended, because actually it keeps the prefixes and suffix values. I don't know why it rolls the implicit, so it might be a bug actually. Fuck. Very unlucky. Come on. This video is already like 7 minutes long. I have not even started crafting yet. Fuck, come on. Oh god. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be, to be honest, but it might be a long one. Revert it. Oh my fucking god. I lost track of tries, but it has been at least like 7 or 8, I think. And it's supposed to be a 1 and 3, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I should have done it afterwards. Oh, there you go. Finally. Jesus Christ. Okay. So let me put this one away so I don't get confused. Okay, so when crafting, there's a certain way you should craft an item. You should always start with the most rare mods first, in order to minimize the cost of crafting it later. So what I mean is, if you look at his item right here, it has tier 0 mana consumed and tier 0 sealed mana, right? So obviously we want those two rolls on our items. Actually, let me show you his video instead so you can see the actual item. It's a bit easier to see what I mean. Let me find this video. Okay, so this is his item, right? Let's see if he scrolls down.
Are we going to spend it that much?
Oh, no, he doesn't scroll down on it, but it doesn't matter. So he slammed this and this, and he has the curse effect on there. I think the last mod was aura effect. And so when crafting, you want to start off with the hardest mods first and upgrade them to tier 0 so you don't have to slam them. So what I mean is, so you would want to go to add prefixes, you do sealed, and then you do what is it, mana, So you'll see that anytime you slam an item or you craft an item, there's a certain chance for it to be successful. If it fails, then there'll be a blemish, right? So you want to start off with the lowest percentages first to guarantee it. So later on, when you're finishing off the item with target processing, or with target processing here, when you slam the item, you want it to be as high as percent as possible, right? So you want to start off with the lowest success. And so you would want to go to crafting, and then you find that you roll until you get those mods, and then you would elevate it, right? But actually, there's another way that might be cheaper. So if certain mods are really expensive to, or pretty rare and expensive to roll, what you could do is, if you look at the auction house, you can look for the expensive mods and see if there's a cheap one on the market on the base you want already. So maybe there's one with sealed mana already. That's cheap. It's like 40 here, right? So this could be higher, the sealed mana, but I can just spend like 30 FE to elevate it. So if you think it would take more than 30 FE, so I bought my base for I think 15. So if I spent like say 25 more, and then another 30 for to elevate this from tier 2 to tier 1. So that's what is that, 45. So essentially I'm paying like 30 plus 40 plus 30. So I'm paying 70 for guaranteed sealed mana. So if it were expensive to roll this item, if it had a really low value in crafting, it might be cheaper to just buy the item with the mod on it and then start crafting from there, right? So maybe I should have done that, but whatever. So now I'm just gonna roll until I get one of those two mods. One of those two tier 0 mods, which was damage per mana spent or sealed mana. So let's just spam right here. So it actually doesn't even have to be tier. Actually, yeah, let's go for tier 1. Damn. Oops. So this might take a while. I could just look for that like tier 2 or tier 3 sealed mana and then roll off of that. Man, I swear I saw a few sealed mana while I was spamming it. But now I don't see a single one while I look for it. It's kind of late, 3 a.m., so I'm afraid I'll miss it. Oh, okay, so I'll keep this here. because this is pretty good. I might just be able to just elevate it for 30 FE later if I get a good 3 mod. So if I get this and tier 2 or tier 1 sealed mana, and then a good 3rd mod, such as aura effect or curse effect or barrier, then I can just elevate it. So let's keep this, lock it. Tier 3, not good enough. It's gonna take too much plasticity to elevate it. So it has to be at least tier 2 or tier 1. Or actually I could go for barrier as well. Actually, yeah, it might be better to go for barrier. Where's my helmet? Oh, I don't think I confirmed it, that's why. So let's click this. There we go. So let's keep this. Let's double check the... I think sealed mana is actually really low. Or sorry, barrier is very low value. So it might be... yeah, it's pretty low as well. Yeah, so either barrier or sealed mana is good. But if I roll it, it will guarantee sealed mana. You can't roll it naturally on flame sand. So if I get either one of those two, we're good. Tier 3, not good enough. Man, it might be okay, but I want to save enough plasticity to roll to get a good 3rd mod, you know? And flame sand is actually really, really cheap right now. So it's only like 10 FE for a whole stack of 1000. So might as well keep it going. I'm going slow because only when it's tier 1 it stops you and prompts you to confirm if you want to continue or not. But I'm looking for actually tier 2. Tier 2 might be okay as well. Come on. Holy moly. I wish there's a way to like say I want this mod at this tier, and then I can lock it, or not lock it, but mark it, so whenever I hit that tier for that particular mod, it'll prompt me as if I were to hit a tier 1. So I can just like spam this, because it's kind of annoying like having to look and make sure you don't miss it. I mean, I kind of just want to spam it until I get tier 1, because reading it is a little bit straining on my eyes. Alright, F it, I'm just gonna spam. I don't have enough mental capacity to read right now. Let's just go for tier 1. It's gonna be a while. Oh, I saw sealed mana, but that was tier 3, I think. Come on. I think I started with like 11 or 12 or 12,000. Max Terror charge stacks again. Aura effect. That's actually pretty good. But I don't want to elevate aura effect. That's the problem. I'll keep this, I guess, because it looks good. But I'll probably very likely just re-roll it over later. Just because I need the tier 0 sealed mana and tier 0 this one. Actually, I don't really need the tier 0 sealed mana, because I could just get it on the candle, to be honest. Let's see. Oops. So I could go for like tier 0 max mana or tier 0 aura effect instead. That might be a play. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll go for aura effect. But what's the weighting on aura effect? This one's really low. Hmm. 54%. So aura effect is pretty easy to get, so maybe I don't want to really elevate that. And barrier, I don't need tier 0. So maybe it's better to go for tier 0 flat mana. So tier 0 mana and tier 0 mana consumed recently. But what's tier 0 mana at? $180? Yeah, I think I'll go for that instead. So what I'll do is no. Because if I go for right now, I have this one and this one, Aura Effect and Mana Consume recently. If I roll these two, so if I lock these two, and then look for mana, and then try to get tier 1 mana, and tier 2 of this one, we'll elevate them up to tier 1, and then elevate this one and elevate the mana to tier 0, and hopefully remove the 2 bad mods. So if I do get those 3 good mods, then I can slam on Barrier, which is the lowest weighting, and then slam on Mana, which is pretty decently weighted, to be honest. Where is it? 26% for some sealed mana. And then the rest I can just make up on my candle. Okay. Let me write that out so I have a plan going on here, so I don't forget. So you want to land the barrier first because it has a lower chance, you know. Oh, I removed it, but it's only like a 4% chance for barrier. So you want to slam that one first because you don't want to try to slam it later and get a blemish. It's only a 5% chance. And then slam some sealed mana. So as long as I get some sealed mana, I should be okay. Because then the lowest value of sealed mana is 4. So if I just get a candle with a tier 1 candle, that's pretty much the same thing as a tier 0 elevated one already. So instead of that, I can just get a tier 0 mana, flat mana instead. And it's pretty high. It's like 54%. Oh, sorry, 26%. It's kind of low, but it's not too bad. And then lastly, for the aura effect, that's not as important. It's not too hard to get a non-blemish. Aura effect is pretty high. I think it was like 50 or something. %, for something. So first you gotta land. First later on we want to slam barrier. So once we get our 2 tier 0s and tier 1, what we want to do is slam this one. Slam it first. It doesn't matter if I get tier 0 or tier 1. Afterwards, we have a 1-4, and then a 1 and 2. So as long as we hit this, any tier of this, and any tier of this, we're good, and the helmet is done, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so I'm gonna lock this too, and try to get tier 0 mana. Or sorry, wait, I have aura effect right here. What? Oh shoot. Oh, he only has 3 modifiers on his helmet. I got confused. Sorry, my bad. So he has curse effect right here, so Oh, so this is really high too. 54%. So yeah, instead of curse effect here, so far everything I said. So when I said aura effect, just replace it with curse effect. It's the same thing. So everything I said earlier, just replace it with curse effect. This. So you want to always go in the order of the easiest, the hardest to easiest, because you want to guarantee the last mods not to be blemish. Okay, so let's roll. So sorry about all the rambling, but anyways, I'm gonna lock these two, roll it, and pray for mana. Oh, percent max mana? Do I want percent? No, he has a flat max mana. That's really low as well. Tier 6. I'm pretty sure I can elevate that all the way to tier 1. I think that should be okay, but I think it's really easy to get mods, so I'll keep going a little bit more. Support skill. Oh shit. Maybe I should have settled for it. You know what? That's way too low. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll take this. So we'll elevate this to tier 1. And then we elevate this to tier 1 as well. Now we pray to remove this and remove this. If not, then we're bricked. And we gotta start over. Yes! Okay, we're good. So we got this. Now we elevate mana, pray it removes erosion. If not, we're kind of bricked again. Alright, we're good. Alright, so the helmet is pretty much done. So we got exactly what we wanted, right? Tier 0 mana consume, tier 0 flat mana, tier 1 aura effect. And now we're going to slam on barrier, then sealed mana, and curse effect. Wow, we got super lucky. Holy crap. Can't believe I got it the first try. I actually got my my staff on the first try too, hitting the tier 0s, so super lucky tonight. So we want barrier. And then we want sealed mana. And then we want, lastly, curse effect. So hit this first, then hit this, then lastly this. Okay. No, I don't like the order here. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, whatever. What? It rearranges it. Okay, whatever. So now we just gotta slam this until I hit any tier. So we're starting at like 2480. Just take note of it. 2480 FE. Now just spam click until you get tier 1 or tier 0. Oh, there you go. Okay, so now we want to hit sealed mana, 1 and 4. Fuck. Start over. Oh, there we go. Alright. I mean, tier 4, but alright, good enough. Let's pray this one doesn't brick. Oh, okay, there we go. You know what? It's so low. I kind of want to roll again. But that's kind of lucky. You know what? I should probably save my money and craft the rest of the gear first. This is acceptable for now. So there you go. That's how you craft the helmet. And at this point, if we did not craft the implicit yet, you could have crafted it right now. Bring it over to the guy, choose any options, and then revert it. And then after you get your perfect implicit, then you can do your divining with the truth embers. All right, and that's how you craft this helmet here. So I could have kept going if I wanted to have a better tier, but I don't think it's necessary. I'll just supplement this with a tier 1 candle instead, so that it'll still be negative 12. And there you go. That's how you make the helmet. So next, I'll just craft the other pieces of the gear as well, and that'll be a separate video. Yeah, sorry there was so much rambling, but I'm glad everything worked out pretty quickly once we started crafting. Alright, see you guys in the next video if you're interested.